Welcome all to the weekly outlook. Bernie from EWPRO. So I'm going to get straight into the weekly outlook, starting with the DXY on the daily. We got that WXY X2. We got up to that 38.2, and we're looking for that wave Z down. First and second target, the 123.6 and the 161.8. We do have that bear hidden, like I've mentioned many times before. So I wouldn't be surprised if this does go down and break that low and hopefully get to the targets. On the H4, we got those three up. We got this like A, B, C up in here. Now this is looking like a flat here. We got a very sharp move up here. If we get a sharp move up here, this can turn into a flat for an A, B, C, or WXY, X2, and a Z down. So it is looking bullish at the moment, but you'll have to be pretty careful. On the H1, it is looking rather bullish. You may get a buy set up. If you get the buy set up, you can take it, but you'll have to get it to break even, because this can be an A, B, C as a running or expanding flat, and then you get an A, B, C like I showed, or a WXY. So if you're looking to take this buy setup in here, you'll have to be a little careful and get it to break even. AU on the daily. So we broke that top there. I was just looking for a correction. This is rather impulsive. So on the H4, we're still looking for that wave Z down. Like I mentioned last week, this correction is larger, so we can't really call it a wave Z or wave 5, but we got a WXY, a larger correction, so I'll be looking for downside. And these would be the targets. I'd still be aiming for that 123.6 and the 161.8. I'd still be using those as the targets. You can only sell this now. It was quite choppy here with the news. We got that spike up, spike down, and it comes straight back up again. But yeah, you can look to trade flags in here. My pen is not working properly, but yeah, if you get a flag in here, you can look for downside. You can really only sell it. You need this top up here to be broken before you can look for the buy. I mean, it may be like an A, B, C in here, and you get another one up as a larger correction. But if you get this one up, it's going to be part of a correction anyway. The larger impulse is going to be to the downside. So it is very risky to buy until that top's broken. So we'd be looking for an impulse up, a correction, and then you could look for the buy. Without this, it's very risky. We'd be just looking to trade flags or a correction in here. EU on the daily. So this one has a chance of a wave Z down, but for YouTube, I've just been looking for a correction in here, and then possibly another one up. This doesn't look complete here. If I go down to the lower time frames, so I'm looking for, it's been very choppy. We did get those like 5 down in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. and we got sharp move up, sharp move down, and another sharp move. You know, I dare say that this will give a a bullish hidden in here, and then another one up. I wouldn't be surprised if we do get another one up in here. But this should come reasonably deep for that bull hidden. It's very difficult to sell with the price action that we're getting. We don't have any bearish divergence, and like I said, I dare say we'll get a bull hidden in here, and then if you get this down, you get the bull hidden. Well, then you get a bullish setup. Well, then you can scalp this one up, and then you'll be looking for the sell. My pen, but anyway, so I would be looking for that A, B, and a C. And GU on the daily. So this one doesn't look complete either, like I've been mentioning. It looks like an A, a B, and a C in here. Then it can turn more complex as an A, B, C, and then you get an A, B, C to complete the correction, and then you get the A, B, C. H4, you can see what I'm looking at. It's I'm still looking at this as a flat, as an expanding flat, as an A, B, C in the B wave, and then we get that C up to complete the B wave, then you get the A, B, C. It's an expanding flat, so they are quite difficult to trade. There isn't really a trade on it yet. I'd really like to see this come down here, break that low, and then give us a correction, and then we can look for the sell. Until we get that lower low, it becomes very risky. So yeah, and for the buy, I wouldn't be looking for the buy because I mean, at the moment it is a bullish hidden divergence, but it may be at like an A, B, C, but whatever's happening in here, if this is a flat, you'll just get another one up here, just breaking that top, or possibly just breaking that top, and then it'll fall over on you. So if you are looking for the buys, you have to be very careful. I'm only looking for the sells, for that C down on the H4. NU, this one, I mean, this was looking really nice. We got that high, nice A, B, C. The problem is, this is looking very corrective in here. So this B wave may not be over. It may give another one down here. So we can see it on the H4, how choppy this is, whether you look at it as a like W, X, Y, X to a Z up, or a flat, it doesn't really matter. Like an A, B, C, and then you get that A, B, C, and you get the flat in the middle. We got all this bearish divergence. I'd really like to see this one come down, break that low, and then we can definitely look for a little bit more downside, and then we'll be looking for the buy. If this does go down and break that low, any buy setup you get, you definitely want to be like looking for every single buy setup after this low is broken. If this does come down and fall over, for the buy, you really can't buy it because of all that bearish divergence. You'd have to go down onto the lower time frames and scalp. And if you're lucky, you get one that goes. But yeah, at this stage, it's more bearish. And for the sell, like I said, we need to break that low, give us a correction, and then we can look for a sell. I'd just be staying out of the sell and just looking for the buys. I'd be waiting for this to break that low, and then I'd be looking for all the buys. I wouldn't I'm not really looking for the sell GY on the daily. So we got that WXY. Like I mentioned, this is a larger correction, but we can still get another one down in here. My mouse is pretty terrible. But yeah, so I was still looking for downside. This was looking very corrective, like I've been mentioning. So I'd be looking for that to go and break that low. Ideally, because if we get this one down, go and break that low, then any buy setup we get, we can look to go and break this top as an A, B, C. So ideally we get another one down because this is too choppy to buy. You know, it's looking too corrective. Like I've mentioned for the last couple of weeks on the H4, you know, we got that A, B, C. This here is very choppy. You know, very, it's virtually impossible to trade unless you're on a 1 minute chart or something. But you know, we got a break of the low and then it comes straight back up, break of the low, straight back up, break of the low. You know, this can come straight back up for some sort of a flat, and then you get like some sort of an A, B, C. Extremely difficult to trade. Yeah. I think if you're trading this pair, you're experienced enough not to need my help. UY on the daily. So I was looking for a correction. We got that lower low here. So I was just looking for a correction, and then more downside. You know, we got one up here, and we're getting one down. H4, we've sort of ruled out the wave Z up because, you know, we've broken this low. I was looking at an A, B, C, and then we get that A, B, C in here before we get that WXY. It's gone and broken that low now for the bull hidden. So, you know, I mean, it's rather bullish at the moment. It's looking more bullish. We're getting all this bullish divergence here. We got this, we got the 5 down in here. And then we got an A, B, C, and we get another one up in here as an A, B, C. I'm sort of looking at this as a flat. So if you're buying this, you will have to be rather careful because, I mean, if you get a little flag in here, you can look for the buy, but you'll just be looking for an A, B, C. So I'll put this, I'll put this on here. So we got the fib on. So if you get a little bullish setup in here, you know, you'd have to watch this 100 fib for the A, B, C. You know, if price just flies straight through that 100 fib, well, you can keep it. If it starts to, you know, retrace and give you a sell setup, well, you'll have to get out of it. UCAD, excuse me. So, you know, like I've mentioned for a very long time, we're looking for a correction this size over here. You know, so this here, it's still going. I was just looking for an A, B, C, but it's got past that 100 fib. So I'm sort of starting to look at a W, X, Y, X2, and a Z up. It may go and break that top, may look at it as a flat in here for an A, B, C, but and then we get the larger A, B, C to fill in the time factor for the correction. On the H4, you can see that we're looking for a wave Z up, looking for that W, X, Y, X2 and a Z up. This can be a flat in here too. Like this may be just a W, X, Y. And then we get a larger correction, an A, B, C. And then we get like an A, B, C. So this may, you're going to have to be careful again because this is looking like a flat here. A possible flat. On the H1, you can only really buy it unless you're looking for that flat. If you're looking for the flat, you'd have to go down to the lower time frames and get a setup to sell. But on the H1, you know, we got that high, so you know, I'd be looking for an A, B, C down, and then more upside. So if you do get that sell setup for the flat, possible flat, you can look for it, but just be mindful wherever this A, B, C, the 100 fib is, you want to be at break even because it can, you know, shoot up on you. The Swissy. So this is very choppy. It's like the others. It's very choppy. This low here wasn't quite broken over here. It's looking like some sort of an A, B, C in here. H4. You can see what I'm looking at, you know, from the last few weeks. We got those 5 up in here. We got a nice impulse down, impulse up. I'm looking at this as a B wave. Then we get a C up, and then we get the larger A, B, C down. So, you know, is there a buy set? See, there's no buy set up on it yet. This may be a W, X, Y, get an X2, a Z down, and it may come and break this low in a B wave, and then we get the A, B, and a C up as a running or expanding flat if this low here gets broken. There's no real buy set up on it, and I wouldn't be looking for the buy because I'd be, you know, if I was going to scalp, I'd be looking for a W, X, Y. I'd be waiting for this X2 similar size correction over here, and then looking for a sell. And then, you know, if I got that sell buy set up after this low here is broken, well, then I can look for that buy for the A, B, C. EG on the daily. This is very tricky as well. You know, I'm looking for that like A, B, and a C down, but instead we're getting, it's very choppy. You know, it's like GY. You know, very unpredictable. Looking for that A, B, C on the H4. We got that C down. We got a nice move up here and a deep correction. Very difficult to trade. It has gone, but I dare say there's a bull hidden in here. You know, so if you get a bullish setup in here, you know, I'd be looking for the upside. But yeah, it's very risky, like a W, X, Y, X2, and a Z up. And we'd be looking at some sort of a running flat in here for more upside. So, you know, you'd have to go down onto the lower time frames, look for a setup. If you got a bullish setup, well, you could look to buy it. WTI on the daily. So we got this A, B, C. We're still looking for this C up. You know, we still haven't got that. You know, it's been a long time. We've got it like an A, B, C in here. So looking for an A, B, C as a running or expanding flat. I mean, I am in this. I got in this on Friday. I've taken a couple of trades in this during the week. Just break even trades, and then I got on one yesterday as well. Yeah, H1, we got those 5 down. Got that high. This was like, we did get 1, 2, 3 down in here. So if you get any bullish setup in here, I'd be looking for the buy, just for an A, B, C, and it may be very slow like this wave in here. Yeah. Gold on the daily. So I've shown the weekly, you know, the weekly we are looking to go and break the top. This is the first target here, that 123.6. So we're looking to go and break this top over here. This is quite difficult as well. You know, I mean, as you've seen in the last, probably around a month ago, I got in down here, added to my position in here, and got most of that. And then a couple of weeks ago, I showed my live gold trade over here, where I got that. I'm out of that trade now. I'm really waiting for a correction. So if you want to see those trades that I took, I think I took a trade in here for this, with that bull hidden. We had that bull hidden on the H1. But now it's looking like some sort of an A, B, C. So I'll be waiting for some sort of a correction. Need some sort of a correction before I can buy again. On the H1, there's really, you know, you'd have to go down onto the lower time frames. I dare say you'd get a little bearish flag in here and look for the sell. Back to that 100 fib. This is oh no, that's 100 fib for a different one. It was 100 fib for this here, but so I'd be looking for one down in here as an A, B, C, and then I'd be looking for the buy. But yeah, you may get a little sell in here set up. You'd have to go down to the lower time frames and look for that setup. Silver, like I said last week, you know, gold went and broke the top, so I wouldn't be surprised if this one does the same as a WX, Y, X2, and a Z up. We have that bull hidden there. The H4, I think we were in here last week. You know, this was your setup in here to buy. Yeah. So if you're not on it now, I mean, if you're not on it now, you really have to wait for a correction. You know, safest way is to wait for a correction and then jump in. I wouldn't be trading flags up here. You know, that's what marketers do. Marketers trade flags up here. You know, and you'll lose your money. A trader will wait for a correction. You know. So we want to wait for a correction. We have all that bearish divergence. So you definitely don't want to be, you know, buying flags and that, you know, following all these marketers, because you'll get cut to pieces. Bitcoin on the daily. So sort of looking at this as a flat here, you know, we got this like 1, 2, 3 breaking the low. So I'm looking at an ABC as a expanding flat. I'm still looking at it that way. Are we getting bearish divergence here? We are starting to get bearish divergence. On the H4, we had those 5 up. Had that WXY X2 Z up. We got the larger correction, and then it's just shot straight up. So really, you need a correction to buy. I'd be looking for a 50 fib retrace, and if this looks corrective in here, well, then you could look for the buy. Until that happens, I wouldn't be looking for the buy. On the H1, there was looking like a nice sell here during the week. We got this nice impulse down with all this bearish divergence, but it's come up very deep, not quite breaking the top. So here we have like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 as a flat, as a possible flat. So we still can, you'd have to go down onto the lower time frames, which I haven't got time to do in these weekly outlooks. If you want to learn how I trade, by all means join the group. But I'd be looking for the buy, but you'd need a nice setup on the lower time frames. S&P 500. So we're still looking for that C up. This is rather slow, but it is starting to go. I'm in this one as well from Friday. We got this like 1, 2, 3 down in here. I'm at break even. This is very choppy though. It's extremely risky. It's a risky trade. But yeah. So you'd have to go down onto the lower time frames. And you'd be waiting for a little correction in here, and then you could look for the buy. Until you got this on the lower time frames where you can't really buy it, or if you just jump in here, have your stop loss there, this can be an A, B, C as a flat and come and take you out, as an A, B, C. So you definitely don't want to be just jumping into something, you need that confirmation. I mean, I'm in down here at break even. If you're trading this as a C up, A, B, C, well, you need to get it to break even because, like I said, it can be an A, B, C, get a bigger correction, and then it goes. AU 200 on the daily. So this one's looking, it still can be a flat for an A, B, C. H4, yeah, see, we've got no, I'd be looking for some sort of a correction here. Similar size to that over here, and then get another one down and then look for the buy. It may be very choppy. It looks like it's giving a bullish setup in here. But it's very deep. I dare say it's just a correction. We got an A, a B, and we just get a C up, and then more downside. You can look to buy this. There is no buy setup on it at this stage unless you went down onto the lower time frames. You may get a setup. But yeah, you'd be looking for a buy setup. I dare say on the M15 and that, you've got bullish divergence and all that. The FTSE on the daily, So this one broke the top. We got that A, B, C breaking the top. Nice impulse down. We'd be waiting for a correction in here, and then we'd be looking for that A, B, C down. You really need to wait for this correction, to safely trade that daily C down. This is very similar to the AU 200. We get that impulse up. This is looking correct. If you just get another one up here, and it may turn more complex. Like you may get one up here and then another one down as some sort of a flat, and then you get an A, B, C. We don't know what sort of correction we're going to get in here, but if you're going to scalp the buy, you want to be getting in on the first opportunity. Again, you'd have to go down onto the lower time frames and look for your trade. And again, this is rather deep to this wave here. So, more than likely it's just an A, B, C, but it may turn into a flat, running or expanding flat. The DAX on the daily, this one didn't go and break the top like the FTSE did. Very similar though. We got that A, B, C. We're looking for downside. I'm only looking for downside, for an A, B, C. Is there any setups to sell? No, it's looking like more bullish. This here, this is looking bullish. This one you can only buy. You can only buy this. You can only really sell it under that low. Unless you're looking at some sort of an A, B, C, and then you get that C up as an expanding flat, for more downside. This is very choppy here though, sort of got WXY, get an X2, you get a Z down, and then you could look for the buy. This one's not as deep as the other one, so we may get another one down in here. For a WXY, X2, Z down, and then we get another like A, B, B, C, and then more downside. But yeah, it's you can only buy this at this stage. So I'll leave it there. I hope you enjoyed the weekly outlook. If you did, please share, like, subscribe if you haven't, and enjoy your weekend. And I'll see you out there next week.